Hey y'all, it's Day, and this video is going to be all about humidity. How do we get through these hot months and these wet seasons with natural hair? So I'm just going to hop right into it because there's really honestly so much you can do as far as humidity goes. So my first tip is to protective style. Like, that's really your best bet to beat the humidity. Go ahead, take this time to get some braids that you've been wanting. Do some crochet braids, do some like twisted updos, mini twists, like whatever you can possibly think of to just tuck your hair away. This is the time to do it. I know they say that winter is protective style season, which it is as well. Well, I really don't feel like there is a protective style season, to be quite honest, because in the winter it's good to wear protective styles because you're tucking your hair away from the harsh elements of it getting dry from the cold weather. But then also in the summer it's protective style season because it's so hot outside, your hair really can't do anything but get frizzy anyway, so it's a good time to go ahead and get some braids. And it's just like one less thing you have to do during the summer. Most people get lazy in the summer and do not feel like doing their hair. Now, if you do protective style, make sure you are actually taking care of your hair in the protective style, because if you are not prepping, taking care of your hair during, and making sure you're properly taking care of your hair afterwards, you are not protecting anything. Your hair is just going to be dry and it's going to break off. So if you need some guidance on how to properly protective style, click right here and I will go ahead and link you guys to a video on how to protect the style properly. So tip number 2 is to work with styles closer to your texture, so that if you do experience shrinkage or the humidity hits it, it's not gonna ruin your style. This is not the season for wand curls. This is not the season for big roller sets or big perm rods or chunky curls. This is the season to do things like twist outs and especially wash and goes. And I say especially wash and goes because most of us do our wash and goes and we use gel. And if you use enough gel or the right gel, the gel kind of gives you like that cast, like that a little bit of hard cast on it, which I like the cast. I don't know why people don't like the crunchiness. I like the crunchiness as long as it's not flaking, because that means my hair is gonna last longer. But if the hair has that cast over it, the humidity, which is water in the air, is kind of bouncing off of the gel, and it's gonna reduce the amount of frizz you'll experience over the course of days. Depending on your texture, twist outs are also good too. So for me personally, wash and goes have really been getting me through this entire summer, and I've been protective styling a lot. I had Marley twists, I had some of those like Fulani braids, and I think I had like another protective style I can't remember. But yeah, protective style and working with styles closer to your texture are like your best bet as far as styling when you're dealing with the summer months. Now, tip number 3, which is if you opt to do styles like you want to have big curls, is to use like a gloss or serum that has silicone in it. But the thing about silicone is not all silicones are bad. And I know they gave us like a natural hair scare like 2 or 3 years ago telling us silicones are bad, but not all silicones are bad. I'm not gonna sit here and list the good and the bad ones. If I can find a article, I will link it in the description box. Now, the reason why I say use silicones if you're looking to combat humidity is because silicone blocks out moisture. So, and that's what humidity is. Humidity is literally water in the air. So when you're putting silicones on your hair, it's just a buffer to block off the moisture from getting in it and making your hair revert. Because that's what's happening when your hair is frizzing up because it's humid outside. There are like little water droplets that we can't see in the air, and they're just infusing into your strands, and it's almost like your hair is getting wet and it's reverting up. And I know for me, when it's really, really humid, my hair can be completely dry when I left the house, but by the time I walk up to work, because I work downtown and have to walk a couple blocks, by the time I walk up to work, my hair literally feels damp. So of course, what does wet hair do? It reverts. Now, where silicones come in is they block out the moisture. So it can help with frizz, but that's also a bad thing, because if you have dry hair or you struggle with dryness, or you don't clean your hair properly, you can constrict and suffocate your hair because you're not allowing moisture to get into it. So if you're gonna use silicones, I highly recommend that you shampoo your hair more often so that you don't create a barricade, so that when it's time to actually moisturize your hair, the moisture is not penetrating and your hair is getting dry. And even with silicones, they're tricky because when you put them on, your hair is shiny and it feels good, but inside it's suffocating. So if you want to use silicones, go ahead, do what you do. It's your hair, I can't tell you what to do. But just be cautious that some silicones can suffocate your hair because it's blocking out moisture if you don't have a good cleansing and moisturizing routine. So the next tip, I keep seeing it online and professionals say it, so I feel like it has some truth to it, but moisturize your hair, because one, when you have moisturized hair and you do your styles, you're gonna get more definition, which is not gonna puff up as easily. Two, according to these professionals, if you moisturize your hair is not gonna be seeking moisture. So like if you go outside and your hair is really dry, supposedly it's gonna frizz up faster than hair that is really moisturized and is not really grasping for moisture wherever it can get it. So moisturize your hair. If anything, if that second part isn't true, if anything, you'll start off with more definition. So my final tip is to just embrace the frizz. And this to me is the most important tip, because at the end of the day, you can do all of those other things minus the protective style. If you protect the style, you protect the style and you ain't gotta deal with it. But you can do moisturizing, silicones, light products, and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, when water hits natural hair, it's gonna revert. And that's literally what's happening with humidity. Humidity is when there's a high amount of water in the air, and when it hits your natural hair, it's gonna revert. So there's only so much you can do to prevent it. You can put all the silicones and gels you want to in the world. At the end of the day, eventually the humidity is going to win and take over your hair, unless you just want to restyle your hair all the time, which I don't recommend. Like even right now, this right here, it's a flexi rod set, and look at how small my curls are. Like, you see that? Like, look at how this was a flexi rod set, and I'm not tripping over it. Like it's no big deal that it got really, the curls got really tiny, and my hair is really bushy. Like it's no big deal. Like people are still complimenting me, but I guarantee those same people are going home like, dang, my hair is so frizzy and I hate it. Well, my hair is frizzy, but it's different when it's you. Like when you see something on somebody and you like it, but when you see it on you, like, oh my god, I hate it because it's you. But it's really not that big of a deal. We all know what happens in the summer to natural. So my biggest tip is just to embrace the frizz. Just focus on keeping your hair moisturized. If you absolutely cannot stand it, go ahead and just do a protective style and call it a day. So that's pretty much it. I know it's been a minute and I haven't been uploading like I'm supposed to, but I promise y'all I'm trying to get back on it. I just been not feeling it. Like the Instagram algorithm finally hit me, y'all, and my content is just like not circulating like it normally does. And I don't care what nobody says, shadow ban is real. I was shadow banned on Instagram. Facebook and Instagram said that's not a real thing, and they even had a whole like seminar for bloggers where they said it's not real. But I know for a fact that I was at least banned from hashtags, because I looked and my engagement just fell drastically. Like I would get so many likes and all of a sudden I was only getting a few hundred likes, and I'm like, what the heck? How am I going from getting like 7,000 likes on Instagram to like 200, 300, 400 likes? Like that's a big disparity. So I looked, and the hashtags I was using, I would go click the hashtag and my picture would be nowhere to be found. So I was like playing with it, like, well, let me use a small hashtag because maybe they're out of order or something, because Instagram loves to take stuff out of order. Maybe they're out of order. So I went and looked, and my pictures were not showing up and that happened to me for about, I want to say about a month before I finally realized it. And I stopped using hashtags, and then all of a sudden my stuff comes back up. And then I also noted on photos where I use all of my hashtags, they get less likes. And I put my hashtags in the bottom in the comments so that it's not in the caption, so it's not really affecting the people who are liking it. It's literally Instagram. But yeah, my algorithm has really just thrown me off, because I feel like at the end of the day, it's not about the likes. It's about doing what you like and the people who support you. But a big part of that is people who support you. And if y'all are not seeing my stuff, I just don't even want to post it, you know? Like I feel like I was robbed. Like I worked hard. I didn't pay for my followers. I didn't do anything that I felt like compromised me. Like I was myself and worked hard to build my following, just to have an algorithm come in place and just kind of rob me of everything. And it's a slap in the face, because every time I post something, they have that little thing on my account that says pay to have your post viewed by your followers. And I'm like, I shouldn't have to pay to have my followers view my stuff. I know I'm going on a tangent right now, but I'm just expressing myself, and bear with it. But this is why I haven't been posting as much, and I just haven't been into it. I just feel like I've been robbed. And I'm trying to focus more on like I guess the content, and not so much the views and the likes or whatever, because that's what it's about at the end of the day, making good content. But y'all just don't understand, like it really sucks to work so hard for a following, because not everybody gets the following, no matter how good their content is, no matter what they're putting out. some people just don't get it, and then for Instagram to just decide, we're just gonna suppress this account. Or I'm sure that nobody's sitting there in a lab like her, she's suppressed this month. But it's really like a lottery system. Like some stuff I post, like I might post a quote that'll get 10,000 likes, but then I post a picture that I thought was a really nice picture or that had really good information in the caption, and it got 500 likes, and it just sucks. And I've been trying now to like use the Insta story thing to announce when I post, because I also get DMs from people saying like they never see my stuff anymore, and that really sucks. Like people who are actively looking for my pictures are telling me that they don't see it, or my posts, they just don't see it anymore, and I'm just like, dang, like it's really a slap in the face. But I'm done complaining, and I actually have a bonus video for you guys. I have another fashion haul, so I want you guys to make sure that you got your post notifications on so that you can get this double feature, because I know I've been slipping, so I was like, let me give them 2 videos in 1 week. So make sure your post notifications are on. You got some hair tips this week, and you got a fashion haul. And I've been practicing, I don't know if y'all can see it, but I've been practicing makeup. So maybe one day I'll start doing makeup videos, because I feel like I've been getting pretty good at it lately, and people are starting to ask me about makeup and stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and check out for that other video that's coming soon. Bye.